everyone. Welcome to Insights by Johnita. I'm your host, Johnita Francis. And this week I wanted to talk a little bit about the energy that's going on in the world at the moment. And it's almost chaotic. It's been really busy. There's been a lot of let going. There's been a lot of shedding of friendships, of relationships, of career, of family units, governments. I know down here in Australia, we're having a lot of difficulty with bushfires and problems around all of our vegetation and our wildlife being devastated. So really, 2019 has been about clearing out all of that clutter, all of those things that are not really working for us anymore, to allow space in 2020 to come through. And I think 2020 is a numerology number, like all of them are, and it's about a 2020, 22, a master number, okay? So it can be broken down into 4, but I like the way it feels at 22, which is about individualism and growth and changes on a personal level. And for me, I'm welcoming those changes so much. It's been a tumultuous year of 2019, and really, if we reflect back over the last couple of years, they've been really difficult in lots of different ways for people all across the universe, really. It's just been very trying. So I think we need to give ourselves a round of applause for getting this far and still being here. And although if you can't see my face, you will notice that I'm smiling, I think I'm reflecting back on the fact that I actually survived the last few years. It's been interesting. So I was looking at this, and of course I do astrology, and I'm very passionate about astrology. I'm very passionate about numerology and being a big advocate for the evolution of self and how we can grow ourselves. I put together a soul transformation package, and it's really, I just want to take you through that today, just so you can see and hear and feel some of the things that are associated with the benefits of what happens when we transform our souls, when we claim back our power, when we make that connection to our higher self. That's really pivotal. It's the catalyst for change, isn't it? It's that moment where we go, this is happening. This is what I want. This is what I deserve. This is what I want to bring into my life. And I looked at all of those things and I thought, we hear a lot about how painful self-growth is and how painful it is to let go and shed layers of ourselves and, invite new habits, invite new conditioning, and invite new thought patterns and how we approach subjects and what we do with our lives and what that looks like. And it really is not hard. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not hard. And I think the general consensus that personal growth and spiritual growth and awareness of our own self is portrayed as being hard because it really takes a lot of courage and bravery to look at ourselves objectively and subjectively and honestly, and to really sit in our quiet moments and say, how does this feel for me? Is this what I want? Is this not what I want? We're very good at saying what we don't want a lot of the time. We don't want another person in our life that does this. We don't want a crappy car. We don't want this. We don't want that. But all of those words that we say actually have a vibration attached to them. And that vibration is what we think about, we bring about. And the more we talk about that and push that vibration out, the more we actually, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. The more we talk about that vibration being pushed out, the more we actually start to bring that vibration back. So what I wanted to talk about is how we transform our souls and how we do that through a package, okay? So got a couple of quizzes, got a couple of questions for you. How do you feel right now? What is the feeling that you have? And just take a little moment and think about, I know what I'm feeling right now, and it's not happiness, unfortunately. My goodness. How are you feeling right now? What does it feel like for you to be in your person, to be in your body, to be in this moment. How do you feel? And is it something that you easily are able to draw on what that feeling feels like? Or is it something that you actually need to give some time to and really say, right, I'm feeling this? And sometimes our body and our minds are in polar opposites of what we're actually feeling because we're trained, don't get angry, don't cry, don't be upset. All these things are natural emotion, natural things that we need to work through. And it's okay to feel all of those things. I certainly grew up in an environment where you weren't allowed to have any emotion, and it was a hostile environment. So they certainly had perfected anger and cruelty, in that environment. They really perfected that. But it's not the only two emotions that we can have. So I really wanted to become an intelligent emotions expert so I could understand. But then I realized the more I studied and the more I understood others and the more I studied others, that a lot of the times we actually aren't aware consciously of how we're feeling about a situation. We don't allow ourselves permission to understand how we feel or to voice how we feel about things. So I want to say a few words to you, and I want you to think about and feel about what your body does, what that reaction is when I'm saying these words to you, okay? Are you ready? I've got two lists to get through. List A, boredom, frustration, overwhelm, anger, fear. What do those words feel for you? What does your body do when you hear those words? I know that when I say fear or anger, my body reacts differently. My heart feels like it's beating a little bit quicker. How does it react for you? What do these words mean for you? What is that vibration associated with those words? I'll give them to you again. Boredom, frustration, overwhelm, anger, fear. Let those sink in. So they might be triggers for remembering something that had happened in your past or something that's happening right now or something that you're worried about in the near future. Feel those triggers. Feel how your body reacts. That's your frequency that you're feeling in those moments. When you hear those words, when you adapt that emotion that's associated with those words. But what about if I give you list B? List B is joy, passion, freedom, empowered, belief. What were those emotions? What are the emotions that are attached to those words? What are some of the things that were triggered, your memories that were triggered? What was your body doing when you hear those words of joy, passion, freedom, empowered, and belief? Which list appeals to you more? Which list feels more energetically in alignment with where you want to be in your life? What if I told you that you can come out of that list A, that boredom, overwhelm, fear, anger, resentment, and you could transform your life, your DNA, your soul, your ancestral baggage, you can transform all of that, let all of that go. And you can turn your life into joy and passion and freedom and empowered and belief, trust. And you can. What if I told you that all of life's secrets are within you? You have the key and the answers to everything that you need in your life so that you can live peacefully, so you can have a quality of life that means something to you. What's your definition of quality of life? When was the last time you stopped and thought, is this quality? Is my definition of quality indicative of what's going on around me right at this point? I check in with myself all the time. How am I feeling? And I need to do that because I want to make sure that the frequency that I'm putting out is the frequency that I'm attracting. I want to attract passionate people, joyous people, people that believe in miracles, people that believe in themselves, people believe that there are great things out there and they're all ready for us to dive in and contribute and support and help and take. That's what I want. So it's really important that I check in with myself and double check my emotions and see where they're going all the time. I want to do that. And what if I told you that I can teach you how to be better in alignment with your path, your purpose, and enhance your intuition for your greatest good? Would you be interested? Is that something that piques your interest? Is that something that resonates with you? Because this is what the soul transformation package is all about. It is a package of modalities put together to support you to find your path and your purpose. To support you in understanding who it is when you peel back. You think about us as being onions, and we've got all those layers. And just when you think you're at the middle of the onion, you pull another layer back. And you expose all that sweetness right at the core. And that's what soul transformation is all about. That's what understanding ourselves is all about. It's being not afraid to peel back those layers and see what's underneath. It is the greatest gift you can give yourself is to understand yourself, to make you your most favorite subject, to make self-care, self-nurturing, hibernation, sabbaticals. I will teach you what that means. To go within to look for answers. I can teach you how to do that. I would rather teach you how to fish than give you a fish. I will give you a fish if that's what you need from me. But the empowerment and the gratitude and the humble and the sense of peace that you can get from doing the work on yourself is immeasurable. It truly is immeasurable. It gives you the confidence to be able to put boundaries in place so that you don't attract narcissists. It gives you the confidence to be able to apply for a promotion at work or to ask for a raise. It gives you the confidence to say, that is enough now. You're not treating me like that anymore. I deserve better. And you believe it. You understand that you truly do deserve better. Soul transformation. Now, Abraham Hicks, you may or may not have heard of him. He is instrumental in a lot of understanding how these emotions work and how the universal laws work and everything that is quirky and crazy and exciting and interesting. Abraham Hicks has got some sort of finger in the pie somewhere, okay? So if you haven't heard of Abraham Hicks, Hicks, Google him, have a look. See if that resonates with you. I actually love the emotional guidance scale because it teaches me about where my frequency is sitting on an emotional level. Now, those list A, that anger, fear, those, they're right down the bottom. Now, there's 22 emotions in his scale. And those really overwhelming words, they're right down the bottom. They're the low frequency. They're the ones that are really, they ground us in the moment to the point that we're paralyzed to be able to get out of them. We put a frequency out that attracts more of that. That might feel like being on the opposite end of the scale. It's weakened, but it's not. It's actually very strong, powerful emotions that will, in effect, bring all those negative feelings or low vibrationary emotions to us. We will feel them. We get stuck there. We can't move. We're paralyzed in fear of moving. What self-development and soul transformational package will do is to lift all of those emotions, to give you a really good understanding of who it is that you are as an individual, not as little Johnny's mum, not as little Susie's dad, not as someone's wife or someone's husband or someone's worker or someone's son or someone's daughter, who you are right here in this moment right now. What the set of skills that you came into this lifetime with, what skills you need to let go of from your last lifetime. What is the catalyst for change? Where is the wisdom and the intuition and the truth in separating the two so you can understand what you're here to do? Joy, appreciation, empowerment, freedom, love, top of the scale. That's the grand poobah of our emotions. They are the highest frequency emotions. I'll teach you a little secret. I spell cast. Now, casting spells sounds very scary. I get that. But you're spelling words. Abracadabra literally means I create what I speak. So if you're creating words and feelings and expressions of anger, you're going to create more anger. You're going to create more angry people being attracted to you, angry scenarios. How many times have you jumped in the car cranky, you have to go to the shops, you're not interested in going to the shops, you get there, everyone feels cranky, everybody's not getting along well, nobody is smiling, they just want to get in and get the hell out. Because you're attracting that frequency. So you will be alerted to that frequency because the universe thinks that is what you want. Abracadabra, what I think about, I create. Spell casting, throwing out words, making sure that we use the right words so that when we do spell cast, we're spelling our words. Magic happens. Choose the right words. All right. Package overview. Now, there's a few sections to the package, and the reason why that is because we are not just one layer of onion. We are delicious layers of complex human beings with environmental factors, DNA factors, our ancestral baggage, our past life stuff. We bring everything through. And we experience situations like deja vu, we experience situations like soul partnerships, karmic relationships, twin flame, all those sorts of things. Now, we need to be able to get a good understanding of who we are at our core. We can break it down into different modalities. And what the package does, the soul transformation package, is we look at different areas of your life and we use different modalities to deeply and intuitively have a look at what those layers are. And each time we peel back a layer, we go a little bit deeper. And we have a look at some psychic traumas perhaps that you have. And we have a look at subconscious quirks, why we feel triggered about stuff that we shouldn't feel triggered about, why we get hurt when people say certain things to us. We don't really understand why. Post-hypnotic suggestions. There's so much out there. The soul transformation package, if you want to transform your soul, you've got to get real with it. You've got to understand where you're coming from. You've got to understand what tools you have in your toolkit to maximize the skills, the gifts, the talents, the challenges and life lessons that you've got this time. The first thing we need to do is a 30-minute channeled reading. The reason why I do that is because sometimes, more often than not, we as humans get so caught on what a human issue is. We may have heard the expression third world problems. Spirit doesn't care about third world. It doesn't care about second world. It doesn't care about class, race, religion, color of skin, nothing. It doesn't care. Spirit is the most peaceful, chilled out, unconditional, loving entity you will ever deal with your entire life. So when I want to know the truth, show me what needs to be done here, show me how we can support this person improving their quality of life, I will always go to Spirit because they don't tell porcupines. In Australia, porcupines is lies. So I need to stop using my colloquial terms. So we start with a 30-minute channel reading, okay? And I get right into the depths of what is going on, where your insecurities, where that fear, that depression, that overwhelm, all of those lower vibrationary emotions, where are they stuck in your psyche? Where are they stuck? Why are they stuck? At what age were they stuck there? And then we start having a look at a few other things. And the other thing that we look at is astrology chart. So I look at your natal chart, what the planets were doing at the time that you were born. Because that's your blueprint, kind of like your instruction manual. That tells us what you, as your sun sign, where the sun was. So that's your Libra, Gemini, Aries, Scorpio, those sorts of things. But it also shows me 7 other planets. And the 7 other planets are the sub-personalities of what you are and make up all of your individualistic personality, who you are at your core. It will be different for everybody. You'll get a written report with your astrology. You'll get your chart. We'll break it down together. We'll understand it. We'll see where your hidden talents are. Your 5th harmonic is a hidden talent. We'll see what your soul contract is doing, your North Node. We'll have a look at your part of fortune, where you'll make your fortune. We'll look at your vertex, where your fated relationships are, fated things happening in your life. We can do all of that in your chart. That supports what Spirit's telling us. It creates something that is tangible that you can have in your hands to be able to paint the picture and create the vision of what you want your life to be like. When you get sick and you have not been diagnosed with what your illness is, it's really hard to recover and to be healthy and to move forward because you need to know what you're dealing with. That's what astrology does. Helps us to understand what the diagnosis is. What are we dealing with? What can we do to enhance our life? Soul expression reading. Now, this is numerology. How our soul expresses itself this lifetime. It will be different for everyone. We have stereotypical meanings of numbers, but your soul expression will be different. What does it mean for you? What is your soul here to express this lifetime? A life path reading. What are you here to do as your life path? What will really get you feeling like life is such a win-win situation for you? All of these packages, all of these readings, all of these things and the different layers that make up you and your complex, beautiful personality provide you with the wisdom that you need to be able to make decisions for empowerment. So you feel strong and confident moving forward. So you can do what you need to do in your life. Now, when we get through all those readings and we sit down and we do them over a video conference, okay, I want to talk to you about this. I want to poke you and prod you and get you thinking. It is a two-way conversation, obviously, except the 30-minute channel. That's all Spirit, and we won't stop when they're talking. But we will talk after that. And we'll understand where you're coming from, and we will get to the deeper layers of who you are, not who someone tells you to be. The empowerment that you feel when you can stand in your own and stand strong in your own power, it's just mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and it ricochets through all areas of your life. Life coach mentoring sessions. Now, as part of the package, you get 4 of these, and they're 1 hour long each. Okay, so that's 4 hours of life coaching. Now, this is your time to really talk about how your spiritual awareness is, where you're sitting with this, what you've let go of. It helps you to stay focused and disciplined on your self-growth. Now, we're not going to pump those out on a weekly basis. You can pump them out as soon as you need them. We will keep track of them. You might need one and then need another and then wait a little while. We can do that because your soul transformation will be a very individual thing. Some people will want one every second day. Some people will want one every second month. It is entirely up to you because you will know when you're ready to process and how that process looks and what it looks like and what it feels like and how you're sitting on those emotional frequency scales. tools, methodologies, coping mechanisms. They'll all be covered in the mentoring sessions. Okay, it's spiritual, it's personal, it's everything that you need it to be. And then there's a bonus gift that you have going through all the soul transformation. I will teach you and give you a copy of my manifesting manual. There's a completely no-nonsense approach. And it just gets straight to the root of how you're manifesting, what the best way is to do it, how to let go of anything that might be self-sabotage, costing you manifesting correctly, manifesting in your most power. And all of this soul transformation leads up to teaching you how to manifest so you can bring those beautiful things that you're deserving of in your life. So if you're interested in doing this, you need to jump on my website, www.insightsbyjohnita.com. Go to the Soul Transformation Package page. Have a little read. Make sure that's what you're signing up for. Get excited. See how your frequency level for your emotions is tracking. And then go down the bottom and press that book me and secure your place so you can start transforming your soul now to make your future look more bright. So you can be that catalyst for change. So you can start seeing some miracles in your life. So you can start seeing some of the things that you deserve to have and let go of the things that are holding you in a place of overwhelming, despondent, fear, depression, anger. We don't want any of those. None of those words feel right for us. We want the loving words. We want the joy, the passion, empowerment. We want the win-win situations. We want the miracles. We want all of life's mysteries solved. And we can do that. You are your own life's mysteries, and it will be very individual for you. And the Soul Transformation Package will help you propel along your path to get you where you need to be. It's insane. I've been doing this package for a number of years now. It is awesome. Thank you very much for your time. I will see you all again very, very soon.